Hey, good morning. Happy Saturday, everybody. What's going on? Hello to you, and thank you for joining us at Roleplaying Unlimited for not very entertaining stream, unless just some passive D&D chat is more your thing. And if you do want to participate in the chat, I do encourage you to check us out on Twitch, as that is the primary chat that I'll be paying attention to here. We're streaming to 4 different places at once, so trying to actually do what I'm doing here as well as navigate those 4 different windows at the same time is not going to be an option here with any degree of certitude. Yeah, I did craft a little bit of a tricky question there. It's all in the something something. It's all in the waffles. I will say without giving any particular information away. Because, yeah, just a reminder, I never confuse my vermouth. Alright, so if you joined in for Organization 1 and 1A last week, or week before, however long it's been, you kind of know what we're in for. Organization 2 is a bit more time-consuming, I do believe, because unlike Organization 1, where I was able to pull in a bunch of pre-lit maps to the Roll20 interface, this one is the literal navigation of my entire assets archive here and pulling them in one map and one piece at a time to this. If you've not crafted Roll20 games on your own, this is a peek behind the curtain as to what it looks like when I'm changing over our different maps. And I know I initially said that I was going to start over and craft everything on a new Roll20 page, which I did do with the aforementioned pre-lit maps. But as I mentioned a few times during that stream, that page was starting to get bogged down, I think, just with the sheer amount of assets I had on it. So I did go back to my original Maps and Tokens page, and I'm glad I did, because I forgot that I had crafted these things here. I mean, really just piecing together what somebody else already crafted. These are more than likely Gabriel Picard maps here. But I know J-Man is in the need for some maps for his next campaign, and in the interest of trying to utilize what we have here at Roleplaying Unlimited and not double spend, because we can't use the same account, but I can share my assets with him by creating a game page and then giving him GM rights over it. So that's kind of how we've gone about using my assets for him, but it does require a fair amount of work and navigation. And yeah, this Rivertown is just larger than expected. But yeah, this is just one settlement here, but they are not dynamically lit, so this does create an extra hurdle beyond just bringing everything in. And then for those of you who may be wondering what the little pop-outs here on the bottom, it's the second story of these buildings. So I don't know if it's something... Usually what I would do is just try to layer it over, but a lot of times the dynamic lighting doesn't transfer from one layer to another. Like, I would have a line going through here for level 1, but then when you get to level 2, why is there a line going through here kind of thing? So usually I would end up just porting this over to a different page entirely and then moving the characters between maps as necessary. Oh man, what's going on here? Slow, slow, slow. Is it because... Okay, I think that's what it was. Alright. Well, maybe not. Oh, for crying out loud. Come on! Get out of here. Alright, get that. There we go. And back to the back. And then I did a similar thing with a small hamlet. And small being a relative term here because I used all of the assets that came with that hamlet pack. And this place ended up being pretty sprawling. But once again, no dynamic lighting for any of these maps. So if you want to use them true to form, it is going to require a bit more manual labor here in that respect. For any players who were with our Agent Orange campaigns 2017-2018, you will undoubtedly recognize these maps. These are what I used, some of the earliest map packs, in fact. These are what we used for our camp out there in the New Mexico wilderness. Definitely our camp was not as large as this. And I do believe I discovered... No, this map is fine. The Hamlet map is entirely single story. It's when you get to the next map here, the small town. This is where I think I gave up however many years ago that I first started doing this project, back when I didn't have this many assets to have to navigate. But once I realized, okay, I've created this small town, pieced together everything as I would like it here. Ironically, the small town is not as large as the small hamlet, but almost every one of these rooms has a second floor. So I need to come back to this, and I can't do it the same way that I was doing the River Town, where I just kind of have the map pulled out below. I have to create an entirely new game page. So just more work ahead. And then the Medium City, this one, probably the most creative one I did. Because some of them obviously piece together in certain ways, but others, you kind of have to just figure how you want to put it. And then I took some of the Hamlet packs and mixed it in here just to create a little bit more. And yeah, we've got this separate neighborhood off in this direction. Open park area. Not sure why the grass gets different. Probably just used a different grass pack. Some ruined streets, bad neighborhood area over here. And you kind of get the impression of a larger city beyond, as the walls only kind of encompass this area, but then they do go off the map, so potentially other areas to be explored. City center right here, you've got your markets and whatnot. And yeah, this is where I was at last night when I came back to this project. And then everything that we see in these folders and these tokens are what I was able to get done last night. These I actually already had in this game page, but they weren't organized into a folder, which they definitely need to be. Otherwise, there's just going to be, when all is said and done, thousands of haphazard maps that are impossible to navigate on this screen. So graves, we've got some other options here. Again, none of these are dynamically lit, so if I choose to make use of them, or if when I bring J-Man onto this page and he sees a map that he likes that he might want to make use of, a little bit more work necessary. But yeah, a lot of these are pretty cool. Most of them never used. I bought most of these map packs because I needed this. I needed a cemetery. So I bought this $5, $6, whatever pack for this one map. And I think I used this in Agent Orange back in like 16 or 17. Ben played on this map, I do believe. And then the rest of these maps just kind of sat around unused. They got lost in the deluge of all the other assets that were purchased. So that's what this entire game is about here, is reorganization and getting this all set up in a way that is palatable and easy to navigate. Yeah, some of the random grave assets packs here. They gave me a tree, a great oak, some unearthed graves, some skeletons, some skulls, some tombstones, and Yggdrasil Village. This could be useful for any number of things right here. Kind of a different style than we usually use at Roleplaying Unlimited. But it's a beautiful map. And I have a number of packs like this where it's the same map, but it's just kind of reflavored for these needs. Like for those of you who are playing in the feudal Japan setting, you'll see that I'll have the streets that are completely covered in blood and gore, but it probably came from a pack that has this as its core. And then this one is a little different. It actually has a different map entirely, which is unusual. Just kind of cutting off the north side of it here and creating a lake. Otherwise, this is all mostly the same. And yeah, we've got some at night. Yeah, I definitely think I may still need an upgrade or two on this PC with the new RAM cards and the video card, if it's still having this kind of lag coming in. Massacre, yeah, this is like what I was talking about if I were to use this for Agent Orange or our Coalescence Chapter 4. The Sea of Slime, yuck. Alright, so after that is when I got to... I've been doing this bottom up, reverse alphabetically. So I did the Yggdrasil, I did the Xanathar's Guide to Everything character pack here. And we can see, yeah, these are all tokens that have corresponding illustrations. I think we used this for one of John T's characters, or somebody's character. But I believe that was his Sunday morning Barbarian, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of these will look familiar. I believe Vedger from Justin's campaign also came from this pack. There's a dwarf sleeping in a bowl of potatoes around here somewhere. There he is. Yeah, that's Vedger. That's the full deal right there after a hard day of adventuring and being not as useful as he would hope to be. And then they gave me these tokens extra in the Xanathar's Guide, but they don't have corresponding illustrations, so I'm still kind of figuring out. Tokens framed, yeah, that's what I did. I started a new page entirely for those, so these can go away. And then that brought me to the World War I Historical Token Pack. And yeah, that was at about 9 hours ago, and I crashed hard. So I ended up somewhere in the middle of this pack right here, and that's where we're going to pick it up. So yeah, what's everybody got going on today? What y'all doing? I know college football is on Saturdays. I do not miss working those days in the sports book, but anybody in particular enjoying some foosball today or what have you? Got our Anzac rifleman here. We used one of these for Justin's character. Gosh, I don't know how I'm forgetting the name. It was just this last campaign. I believe it was his Ultra Deity character. But yeah, I'm not having a little trouble with recollection. Tariq, yes, thank you. I believe we used one of these Arabian fighters for Tariq before we converted everybody's tokens over to framed illustrations. I used to prefer these a lot more because you can tell a lot better like what facing people are, and just in general the full body token as opposed to the illustration was just more appealing to me. But almost instantly when we started our Coalescence campaigns last year, people started bringing in their own tokens, and without exception they were all the portraits. So I kind of fell into that as well and was like, yeah, there is something more aesthetically pleasing to the token if it is presented in that way. Because some of these, I know, even with name tags and what have you, they can get lost real easy. People kind of get confused as to who is who and what have you. Casualties. I don't know how. I think, yeah, maybe when I get through with the Arabian tokens here. Get to the British after that. Okay. Oh. Hate when I do that. There we go. Mounted on the rifle, you say, huh? Yeah, it's just weird. Like, that is technically like what it should be. Like Westy and I were talking about a number of sessions ago. It's like a 1x2, but it just looks so weirdly stretched that way, whereas this looks more true to form as the artiste intended. So yeah, I'm sure any of you who are fellow procrastinators can definitely see why this project has taken so long, and just how insane the task ahead will be getting all of this organized. We've got Australians and the Anzac and the Arabians over here. The Aussies, the Kiwis, and now the British. Alright. One, two, four, five, six. Oh, crying out loud, come on. This is also demonstrating to me that I don't know where I'm going with that, but yeah, there's a lot of pain in my wrist as I am going through this this process. So frequent breaks are called for. 8, 9, and 10. There we go. I've been doing them 10 wide, I think. Yeah. Prone, crouched aiming. Yeah, here we go. Lawrence of Arabia. This is who we used for Tariq originally. Just somebody who was shrouded and you couldn't really tell what he was. The Decrewed MG8. Woo woo woo. Now we get to the Ottomans. Melee. What's this guy got? He's got a club? Or, yeah, I mean, it sure looks like some kind of club or torch. Huh. Interesting. Change the helmets. Headgear. Granada. What's happening, dude? Crouched and aiming. Yeah, definitely prefer the map side of this more than the tokens, but the tokens are gonna have to be done eventually, so why not just do it? Because then I'm gonna have to skip through and try to figure out what I did and what I didn't do. Well, I appreciate that, buddy. You know me, I'd much rather be playing some Star Wars right now, but I try to create a healthy balance with everything, which I know does not tend to go over so well for some, but it's what it's all about. Get bored real quick playing video games all the time. Is that the same? No, it's not. Goodness gracious, some of these are getting 4. Whew. They are looking a little similar. Crouched aiming 1. Now the text is spilling off. There we go. 1918 2. 1918. Oh boy. Yeah, much better. Hey, finally coming up to the end of this pack. Wonder what's next. And 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, and a Decrewed Vickers heavy machine gun. Pretty cool. Alright, so that is it for pack number 3 of 5,000. Oh boy. I don't know if I can knock out 10 of these each time I do it. We'll eventually get there. Alright, so we need a new folder. Okay, Space Pack. And we need a page. Yep. Definitely one of the earlier packs that I ever purchased. The first game that we ever played on Roll20 was our Star Wars What If. And yeah, I think it's worth a brief jump out of here real quick. Let's go to the oldest game. Star Wars Episode 8. Yeah, I never delete any of these games. I do remove players from them once they are complete, mainly out of a organizational thing on your end so that you guys don't have 5,000 games to have to navigate through. Episode 9, Enemy Adventures. Haha, look at my goofy ass. Okay. Episode 9, Episode 10. Restoration. Is it back here? Did I miss it? Episode 8. Oh, definitely. Definitely easier in the long run, man. I appreciate you. Hey, there it is. Episode 7. Perfect. Restore. Restore. Let's get in here. You guys can see the very first map that I ever built on Roll20. No joke. 40-hour investment of time. Yeah, last time we played this game was 2016 November. But yes, this was the map. It was the tail end of our episode 7 leading into episode 8. These are the cloning laboratories on the Emperor's Throne world of Biss, which, as I understand, they have touched upon that in the recent Bad Batch series, so I think that's pretty cool. I have not yet caught up on that, but this is my take on it, going back to 2016, where the Emperor has a clone of himself, and also a younger clone of himself. He had a double clone thing going on with much larger aspirations than initially presented in the extended or the expanded universe. And yeah, this map, the reason it took 40 hours is because each of these pieces are like this. This is not a pack that was purchased pre-assembled. I had to put all of these walls together. I had to put every crate and every barrel in its place. All of these vents on the floor, all of them placed by me, all of the doors, both open and closed. The doors began closed, and then when the characters moved through them, I would open them. I think I had... Pretty sure I deleted them, but yeah, I did have a number of closed doors. Yeah, like these right here, like just some open doors kind of sitting in areas that players won't get to. And... oh yeah, that is something that I'm noticing with a lot of these older games, is... of course, I dynamically lit this map. This was the first map that I ever built and lit. But however many years later, when I go to restore the game, the lighting does not carry over, unfortunately. So yes, this is what we played through the very first time we played on Roll20 here. And yeah, these were some pretty epic level Star Wars characters that we're talking about, like level 14, 15 plus. They had been playing the same characters since our episode 4, so they had already played through the Civil War era, and now coming into the post-Imperial New Republic era, these characters were very, very capable of taking on these challenges rather handily. I mean, they destroyed everything in here. And they also had some NPCs with them. Yeah, here we go. We had Mara Jade. Oh, this was Ben's character. This was Sean's character. I think this was somebody's apprentice. Yep, definitely somebody's apprentice. For whatever reason, no name tag, so I would have to go find that. Oh, absolutely, yeah, this was definitely done with love, but once we finished with this map, I very quickly realized the value in purchasing these pre-made maps, because if we're only going to spend this many hours playing it, I can't spend this many hours working on it. There has to be, at worst, an equilibrium, but at best, I like to put this many hours into working on the map and this many hours playing it. More bang for my buck and more value for our time. Yeah, we didn't have too many extra maps here. We had the cloning lab aboard the Executor. I really liked the look of these maps, but these were also very similar in that respect, in that I had to, oh, nope, I'm wrong. This map was pre-built just this way. This looks like one that I would have built, but I am incorrect. Jabba's Palace. Underground. Yep, this is through the Rancor pit and beyond. Hey, look at that! 2 Rancors! Because they were that high a level. And this poor Rancor here just spent... Yeah, that's why it's upside down. Somebody force stunned it, and then somebody used the move object to just pick it up and like hold it upside down in space while everybody just hammered away on it. Like, it was so cruel. Yeah, we had a lot of fun with these Star Wars What Ifs. It's definitely, I want to say, my most detailed campaign as far as story and recorded plot goes. Is this? Oh yeah, and then we had our first starship battle out here. This was a blast. Don't think I'd be able to do this on live stream now, considering, hey look, I'm on live stream right now. Whoops! I think in a limited frame here it should be okay, but yeah, you can definitely see that I acquired the real assets for what we're talking about here. So yeah, we've got our actual B-Wings, our actual TIEs, our actual TIE Defenders, and Merkir, for any of you familiar with the expanded universe. Holy crap, I forgot how big this map was. I remember my players hated this so much, especially if they joined in as a wave of reinforcements. But I wanted the scale to be true, so I made the planet as big as I could, and then realized, well, we need a healthy amount of space to play around here in. And yeah, you can see some of these battles going on way out here. Multiple Super Star Destroyers, one of them. I believe these ones, yeah, rogues. Our Rogue Squadron, Wister, Kasan Moore, Corran Horn, Jura, Gavin Darklighter, Tycho Selchu, actual freaking characters. The Lusankya, yes, this was the Super Star Destroyer that the Rebels managed to procure, so we've actually had one on our side during those battles. Looks like we lost some of our art assets here over the years. This is my Strike Class cruiser. Woo woo woo. Emperor Sword Squadron, Ebon Squadron. Oh yeah, I did my research on these. There's the Executor. Can't have a fight without it. And there's the Devastator. The Avenger. The Tarkin. Oh yeah, the Pulsar. We had a lot. This combat took a great number of weeks to happen here. Yep, there's the Millennium Falcon. The Blood Talon, that was Ben's character's vessel, I do believe. Man, oh man. Yeah, this was so much fun to design and play, for myself anyway. I know that a lot of the players were not feeling it as much on some respects. There's a Dash Rider, or Dash Rendar's the Outrider. Jade's Fire, Mara Jade's starship. Oh yeah, so we had a lot of action here. I believe that's how we ended episode 7, was on this map right here. That's probably why the player tab is still set there. But yes, that is our tangent right there, just so we can kind of see the very first map I ever put together for Roll20 here. And now back to this right here. Back to that space pack. That's what caused the little tangent there to begin with. And I wonder if some of these older packs don't do this. They just have everything set to 1. Perfect, that worked out. Have some asteroids. I think we'll use some of these starfields as the backdrop. Beautiful. Whale ship. Oh, I don't know. Let's make this one 25. Should be a quarter, yeah. Likewise. Black and white space. Right, okay, so that's Starfield 2. Oops. Okay, that's what I did. I fucked up on that one. That's how that should be. Excellent. And then this one. Excellent. Alright, so now we got a nice space backdrop here. The rest of this just drag and drop. Asteroid. Small, medium, large. We got black hole sun. A neutron star. I feel like that kind of blends in already with that one, so probably better putting that one over here. A blue sun. I'm not sure what Starstruck Odyssey is, to be honest. So I guess my answer would be no. But I do find in general that, as Kevin Smith would say, great minds think alike, motherfucker. Sometimes I'll put in an idea and somebody's like, whoa, that's just like something that happened in this anime. And I'm like, yes, that's totally what it's from. And I'm just like, the only anime that I've ever watched is Record of Lodoss War. Hey, a Sapphire Nebula. What's going on, Sapphire? If you're out there with us today. Garnet, Fuchsia, Emerald. And Ember. Healthy number of planets here. Oh, there it is. Get your ass to Mars. Wonderful. Alright, and there is Space Pack. Alright, back to... Oh. Oh, it only has the one thing. That's right. Okay. So now we have the World Map Maker set number 5 for the Arctic region. I wonder if this is what I think it is. Yep. Sure is. Oh, man. Oh, gosh. Yeah, these are some of the more detailed maps that I have. And goodness, what did I even buy this for? It's possible it was something that came as part of a subscriber perk. Usually things like this, I found like something like this, like a small town representation that I thought was good, so I bought the whole pack for that. But yeah, it's hard to tell. What are the instructions? What do you got to tell me? Arctic World Maker, I think, would be our most concise. Interesting. They want you to use the pen tool to do your own rivers and lakes. That's kind of bogus. But yeah, we don't need that. Whew, boy. I don't know about this one. Things like this will sometimes hold me up just in perplexity while I try to figure out, like, how am I going to do this? Do I do it all on one map and just jumble all the assets together? Do I create 2 or 3 different Arctic world makers? I don't know. Is there even a backdrop? But here's our samples. That's pretty cool. Not crazy about the watercolor choice, but whatever. Oops. Oh, goodness gracious. Arrgh. There we go. Yeah, that's not lining up. It's got its own grid. Bigger squares. Would have been infinitely easier. There we go. Was that 15 by 15? Close. There we go. I mean, mostly it seems to be lining up. Some occasional spillover, but I can fix that with that. And now all you see is the original map opacity. Yeah, I just don't know. But yeah, they don't really give you any backdrop aside from the landmass itself, which is designed to be, I don't know. Alright, fuck it. I guess we're gonna do 4 different ones, or 5 different ones. We'll use each of these different little setups here. Okay. So I guess for this one, how we want to divide it so I'm not like, okay, this town, and this icon, then I'm going to come back and be like, what town and what icon did I use? Like, that'll just fuck myself over. Oh, gosh. All these extra land masses, too. I think all of those will just get their own page. So yeah, let's do one that's like all mountains, if I can. It's fucking OCD at its finest, even on little organizational pages like this. Nope, can't have the mountain spilling off the side like that. 11, 12. I gotta say, overall, I am pretty happy with Epidemic Sound's music selection. I think this is our second, this is our 3rd year using it. I've been using it since we officially went live in 2021, and just great variety. Definitely a little spendy, but thanks to you guys and your support, we're able to add nice little touches like that to our pretty much daily streams, I would say. Oh, this is going to be tight. I don't know if we're going to be able to get every mountain on here, but we're going to try. Shit, which one was that? 33, okay, 34. 35. boy. Well, look at that. That is one mountainous freaking continent. Pretty cool, though. Pretty cool. Not sure that... no, I'm positive we'll have need of this someday. And I think just... let's just make it take up the whole map right there. And we will control our OCD as he begins not controlling it and spreading the mountains out again. Okay, that's enough. Assets 1, mountains. There we go. Now we got forests for our second bit of assets here. We're gonna want the second. That's the one we use. We're going backwards on that. So 53. Oof, that is tiny. Interesting. Whew, fucking allergies. All year long, I swear. Well, if it's like that, I think we might be able to... yeah, probably not. Probably not worth pushing. Yeah, we'll just keep it as it is. I don't know if that one's big enough to do all the trees. We might have to just do it, break the trees into twos. Alrighty. Oh, woo woo woo. Boo doo boo boo boo. That was number 8. 9. Huh. I just noticed there's no 16. Alright. I got shorted an asset. I want my trees. 19. 20. 2. Goodness. 26. Alright. So roughly half of the trees on that one. I'll do that one again though. And again, just a reminder, if you'd like to join in on the chat here, please check us out on Twitch. That is the primary platform I'm streaming to here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok. But I can't see all of the chats there with any degree of reliability. So if you want to hang out with us here and just chat along with our community, please join us on Twitch. Thank you. Alright, so next, make this one a little larger. Alright. It's weird how the 25 by 25 like has it snug right up against the edge on some sides, but then there's just this giant gap of space on other sides. Weird. Okay, so we did trees 26 on there. We start up with 27 here. Okay. Two, 3, 4. What's happening, Pally? How you doing, man? Uh-oh. That one. 40 would be next. Oh no. Am I gonna run out of room here too, I think? Shit. What was that? That was... no. Seriously, which frickin' one was that? Okay, that's 48. This one? Yeah, sure is. Huh. 49, okay. 50. I think that's why it looks weird, is it's supposed to be like that. Yeah. And then probably same thing here, that's probably why. Yep. Some of them are just preloaded to be 3x3 when they should be like 3x2 or 2x2. I wonder if the same thing here. Yep, kind of looks like. Whatever. It's not an exact science. Okay, scoot you over though, because you're spilling off. Like anybody cares. 51. Alright. Well, shit. 52, 53. Hey, there's 16. All the way down at the bottom. Alright, so, yeah. It's not an exact science. And that works out perfect, I think. What about these? I don't know. Let's check a new page. Asset for land masses. A fair amount of those. I don't imagine this will look good if I try to make it a continent size. Actually doesn't look too bad. But whatever. Those can be changed as needed at a future time. We're just going to get all these in place. Alright. Take a little break here to snag some breakfast, but we will be back in just a few moments, friends. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Are you with us? Well, hey there, all. So I'm back. I'm gonna be off video here for a little bit while I tend to some gardening duties. But yeah, during that little break while I was eating, finished up the land masses here, which yeah, they definitely appear to be potential continents, islands in their own right. So I think I'll just keep them at this size, though. Can kind of get the basic gist of what they look like, even at a 3x3 scale here. And if need be, if J-Man decides I need an Arctic continent, then he can easily make said adjustments at that time. Likewise for myself, if I decide I want to build a continent. But anymore, I tend to use the Inkarnate map maker for designing things like that, because it's I don't want to say it's better, but it is better for my use as far as customizability. Like these maps right here used to be very appealing to me in that, cool, I can just slap down a continent and then I can put trees and mountains wherever I want, but Inkarnate takes that even to like a level above that, and especially with their river and lake tools, very, very handy. Alright, so next we have assets 5 are gonna be towns and sites. And with that, we need... did this one, we did this one, we did this one, so I think it's this one here. 25, 25. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. And then let's just start throwing some villages. Yeah, the more I'm looking at this pack, the more I'm convinced it was probably a free addition for my pro subscription, because I am just not seeing anything in here that I would have bought. Not that it's a bad pack or anything, it's just I'm not recognizing any of these as like, oh yeah, it was this tower that I needed and I liked that it looked like a rook. Like, just nothing at all about this this setup is ringing familiar to me. These pointers are very useful. Could see those being imported to other settings. And in case you didn't like the color of stone of that barracks, you got this one. More pointers. Oh, the giant pointer. Kingdom's Reach over here in the west. Ivory Tower, that's pretty cool. Could see myself using these towers. Maybe this is what I bought. Maybe I needed a tower. But again, none of these really look familiar. And I'm positive I have towers in other map packs that I have. Ice Cave. Big Cave. Okay. I'm thinking, yeah, we'll leave that as it is. Spread this out a little bit more. Come on. There we go. And one final. Assets 6. Fuck it, same thing. Towns and sites, even though there are no towns. And the final continent. Excelente. Ice Temple. That's pretty cool. This, if I did buy this pack, this is probably what I bought it for, these temple. This Ice Temple right here, I would think. Castles aplenty. And it's these kind of reasons why I really want to have this organization done, because I don't remember that I have this many assets, especially when it comes to like town builder things like this. It's all too easy for me to just search something new and buy something new, and it's like, well, I had this all this time that is just going unused and unloved. Might as well get some use out of it at some point. Jeez, I don't know how I thought I was going to squeeze all these in on that last map. I was hesitant to put everything on a new map, but turns out it was necessary. And look at that, another one done. The Arctic World Maker. So yeah, we'll put that. And voila. Okay. Not too bad at the end of it. Ooh, the Wizard's Tower Asset Pack. This looks like fun. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I definitely bought this. But I feel like I have multiple things in this setup also, like just random wizard stuff. I have a lot. Wizard is my favorite class, after all. Huh. Random butterflies. Wow, there is a lot to this pack. Cool. It's been a while since we've done that, but the village to pillage, hamlets, quick encounters maybe? Save versus cave, no. Huh, where is my wizard's tower? I definitely have at least one. Oh, I think it's this one. Portal packs. The Tower of Aristraz, yeah. This is the one I put them through back in the, man, maybe 2019 Enemir campaign. Yeah, and this one was kind of tricky. Like, it didn't come with instructions for what the different levels meant, so I had to kind of just, like, decipher what it actually was, and the puzzles were kind of weird in that respect, but it was definitely fun playing through it. But I think we have some wizard towers that will suit our needs better these days. Like we had the Domain of Light, the Domain of Ice, Domain of Death. Yeah, like some of these, it was just like, what do you do? Place it as it is. So like this is the map they give me, and I'm just like, what? Okay, so obviously they're either starting over here and they need to get here, and this is like a energy wall and they have to solve the word puzzle to get through, or vice versa, they start here and they're trying to get over here and have to solve the same world puzzle, and then these became like gargoyle statues that came to life, and only 2 people at a time were able to solve the puzzle. That was what I used the pentagrams for. So if you were trying to actively solve the puzzle, your character had to be right here because there were consequences if you got it wrong. Like, just all of the trying to make heads or tails out of this. And then, like, what the fuck is this? Can't even remember what I did for that. But, yeah, it was definitely an interesting one. But it seems we are on, not the tower, but the Wizard's Tower assets. And oh dear, I feel like we're going to need at least 2 pages, if not more. Assets 1. Assets 2. I'm going to be typing the word ass a lot more than usual today with this with this organization. Of course, I'm not taking my gardening break here like I planned, so for those of you eager to see me jump back on camera, sorry, I need to take my gardening break here first, and then I will be back on there with you. Well, alright, how do we organize this? Wow, like literally everything you could ever need. Specimen jars, wax seals, the pipe, the hat, the wizard's wheelchair. I mean, everything you could possibly want. The syringe, wow. Alright, start putting these babies down. I'm still waiting to see one of our players do something exceptional in that regard, as far as a like a wheelchair-bound adventurer, but their device becomes part of their power as opposed to something holding them back and restricting them. I've seen a lot of good ideas in that respect in some of the forums over the last couple of years, especially if you're like an artificer. And like you customize your wheelchair like fucking Corey Haim in Silver Bullet. This thing gets 55 miles an hour, baby. And see, here's an additional part of where I run into issues. And I'm sure it's not going to work for me now. But let's just try an example and hope that it does so you guys can see part of what I run into here. So we have wheelchair, clearly spelled correctly. Alright. So I'm going to go up here, and let's pretend that I don't know which one of these packs has the wheelchair in it. So I'm going to search wheelchair. Okay, they're getting better. They're getting better. See, this is used to be all that I would get. No results for these keywords, and I wouldn't get anything in the assets pack here either. So let's try pipe. There's Captain Piper. Very nice. Oh damn! Well, look at all these results. And the Wizard's Tower asset pack. Okay, so I think they are improving on their keyword search here, because Yeah, there's just so many of these things that did not match up as they stated when you would try to do a simple keyword search, which that is one of the larger reasons why I'm doing this organization, so that I'll hopefully get a better sense of where everything is, what we have. But if it's going to be working more properly, this will also be of great benefit. So we got alchemical flasks aplenty. 1, 3, 4, 5. And that is 10. I feel like that's more how it's supposed to be. Ooh, apothecary box. Just did 2 hours of walking on jumping stilts. Jumping stilts? What? And what's next weekend? Is it the annual county stiltathon? I think I've only ever tried stilts like once when I was like maybe 10, 11 years old. One of the dads in the neighborhood was a carpenter, so he actually like built some stilts for his kids, and then of course the rest of us got to try them out as well. And yeah, I had no semblance of balance whatsoever on that thing. I used to enjoy the pogo stick until I pogoed right into a fucking oil slick right there on the pavement that I didn't even see, and just instantly whoosh, poof, ow! Alright, gardening is almost set here. Probably hear a little of it in the background if I forget to mute. Aw shit, look at us jumping up to 8 viewers just like that. Welcome to Organization 2. Hello everybody, how's your weekend going out there? Thank you kindly for spending part of it here on what is one of the lesser entertaining streams, unless you just want to hang out and chat it up. Ah, nice. Our apothecary cabinets. So they're saying this apothecary box is supposed to be 1 by 1, so okay. And then 2 by 1, very nice. A 1 by 1 cabinet, okay. A pestle and mortar. Some satchels. Yeah, these could be very handy just for decorative purposes. Apothecary supplies. Two by 1, nice. Apothecary scales. Yeah, that looks like it's supposed to be. Maybe. Yeah, maybe something like that. Shouldn't be as big as the table, but looked off there. And then just weird artifacts. Could use these for phylacteries or random magic items. Anything really. Ooh, and a Fabergé egg. I like it. Can definitely have some fun with that. Arcane circles. Yep, we've seen more than a few of these. Oh, the Circlet of Power. Arcane Lights. Could probably use one of these for that Drift Globe that we had last time around. Arcane Manuscript. Oh, that's a bummer. Let's see. Within the same range, I get, for instance, 31. Yeah, Eldritch Blast is kind of weird in that respect, but yeah, I didn't want to like limit it to having to be right next to it necessarily. It can be a little odd if you have like the extended range and shit like that, but I imagine that'll be more the exception than the case. Can always revise in the field as necessary if we kind of discover it's not working for us. Man, I like these, but I don't like that they don't really zoom that much for us. Like, these would be cool to drop down for players and be like, alright, decipher what this means, and they just be like, it doesn't work. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I've been sitting on that one for a few weeks. I need to write down my organizational ideas because I think of them, and then I pick up my phone to implement them, and then I get caught in a tangent doing something else, and then a week goes by, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that thing I was going to put in, which, I mean, big ups to me, I guess, in the fact that I remembered it. But even still, it's like it could be a much better process. Ooh, these are some cool shelves. 2x2, 3x1. Heck yeah. 1x3. Whatever. Perfection. Y'all, yesterday was 3 weeks since my last cigarette. We also have it scale additional 5 feet based off of when the cantrip damage scales. Interesting. Yeah, it's a shame it's still like a multiple times per day struggle that I'm just like, oh, I'll just go grab one and I'll have one. It'll be fine. But of course it won't be. That's how it started off this last time. Like, I bought one pack back in April, and it was the first time ever that the pack lasted like a whole week. I was only smoking like 2 or 3 cigarettes per day, if even that. And then immediately the second pack, I was like up to 3 or 4 per day, and then next thing I know, I'm like half a pack a day. I'm grateful that I never got to a full pack a day this time like I was last year. My lungs just can't handle it, but even still, it's just it's better none at all. Oh, bandages. Very nice detail. Yeah, see, I'm gonna need to find a way to move a lot of this stuff into our current need. That bone saw looks really weird. There we go. Something like that, probably more Bonesaw is ready! Empty book stand. I want a book stand in real life. Because, like I'm saying here, like, my hands are, like, hurting just doing all this stuff. Like, I spend so much time of the day, like, manipulating shit with my hands. Especially when I worked in the sports book, just constantly, like, just punching in fucking betting numbers all the live long day. Didn't do me any favors in the long run. But a book stand definitely sounds like a nice thing just to, like, sit right here and just have the book there so I don't have to, like, fucking hold it. Too cheap for that. Well, I mean, when I started back fucking... man, like 25 years ago, cigarettes were like $4 a pack. And everything was just so much more affordable back then. It was infinitely easier to afford them. But yeah, over the years, they have not gotten any cheaper. That's for sure. Oops. Butterflies blue. What the hell? What's the difference? Oh, I see. So yeah, I did do one. Oh, for goodness sake. There we go, there's two. Butterflies. Oh, sure, sure. I mean, they even talk about it as far back in Clerks, when cigarettes were reasonably affordable back then, and they make very good points about it. And they're like, how much do you spend a week on cigarettes? And the guy's like 20, another guy's like 35, another guy's like 50. And he's like, $50 a week on cigarettes? Come on, would you give somebody that much money per week to kill you? And yet, we do. It's almost like it's a fucking addiction or something. Yeah, that's a lot of butterflies. So yeah, we got a nice little collection of goodies right here, I think. Yeah, let's cut it off after the next little... Well, shit, these are all gonna get bigger. So let's just start the new area right now. Cage. Nice. Yeah, Roll20 has been working hard at updating all their stuff and making it more user-friendly. I know a lot of, I don't want to say a lot, but I know other people have their preferences towards different VTTs, but this is what I come back to every time when people are like, why don't you try out doing everything on D&D Beyond, or, oh, what is it on Steam that people play on where it's like an actual like 3D board, or Foundry is another big one. I'm just, I point to these assets right here. I'm just like, I'm too invested in Roll20, and it's user friendly. Enough of our people know it. Trying to get everybody to learn different systems, like, no. Yeah, Foundry is definitely a good one. Hero Forge might be the one that's on Steam. 2, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's 10. A Chimera Frog Scorpion. Wow. A Chimera Owl Boar. Chimera Snake Octopus. The Cloning Pod. Wow. Another cloning pod. Holy crap, a Quaddle. 4x4. Ooh. The Corpse Burnt. Yeah, some of these need a little TLC. Are they all gonna be like this? Fuck. Yeah, they are. Alright. That's okay. Oh. Come on, Daniel. Why do I care? Why do I care? Alright, let's get these ones just out. Yeesh. Yeesh. And yeesh. Okay. Yeah, these ones actually don't look too bad. Just a skosh in. For somebody who's not very good at scale, and when I say somebody, I'm talking about myself, I sure do spend an inordinate amount of time trying to scale things. What's happening here? Maybe try one campaign just to change it, like to try something else. Oh, I gotcha. I'm not opposed to learning different things, to playing on different things. The big thing is getting everybody collectively on that, and then primarily any kind of expense. As I understand, Foundry is one of the pricier ones. Like, not only, and I could be off base on this. I don't want to give them like a bad rep or anything, because I hear nothing but good things. But as I understand, not only does the GM, but the players also have to have a subscription for Foundry. Oh, definitely. Assets, books, other things. Like, it depends on what they offer for free as well. Like, if you're just playing... Okay, I gotta come back to the corpses here. But all the way down here, they have the sets that I get for being a subscriber. And then they have these free assets, which everybody gets access to, which there's not a whole lot. The Pathfinder character art pack is probably one of the cooler ones. Others here, like you got some decent maps that you can kind of play around with. This is what Justin used largely to craft his campaign, because he's a free player, and they gave all of these maps right here for anybody's use. You just have to light them up yourself. And some other good stuff. Hey, Gift of Gabby, thank you kindly for the follow there. How's your Saturday going? Are you with us? Fantasy Grounds. I have not tried that one. I went right into Roll20 in 2015 when I had just kind of had my fill of in-person gaming, and not the people themselves, not the experience. I've said it numerous times, it was literally just the logistical, I'm running the game, but I don't have a location to run it out of, so I'm carrying this giant backpack of books, I'm carrying like 60, 70 pounds of these Dwarven Forge 3D terrain sets that are like literally stacked up like 7 or 8 high. I've got a side bag with my laptop, and then I've got like 2 tackle boxes full of miniatures. And it's just taking forever to get that stuff out of the apartment, to the car, to the gaming site, back into the car, back upstairs to the apartment. Like, I was just killing myself. So this is infinitely more preferable for my purposes here. Alright, back to it though. We've got some more specimens here for our Wizard's Laboratory. Well, that is just all kinds of cool. A Xeno what? What's a Xenomorph? A crutch? I don't wanna be a crutch. Another crutch. These are kind of getting weird. I want to keep them close by each other. Another crutch, in case neither of the first two worked. That is a lot of crutches. Crystal holders, very cool, very cool. A one-shot, definitely. Yeah, and I have started kind of debating how I would do one-shots. They would pretty much have to be on a Saturday, because it's the only day that I don't run one of our stable games on a bi-weekly basis. And then beyond that, it would have a few extra requirements as well. Display cabinets. Doctor's bag, solid. Look at this, up to 289 follows right here. Inching up on that 300 follower count. It's a nice organic growth here at Role Playing Unlimited. Don't really do any promotions or marketing or anything like that. Pretty much just word of mouth and our players who join and follow along for the adventures, and the occasional friend or fan out there who enjoys what we're putting together and wants to be part of the experience. An electric chair! Nice! Wow, this pack has so much more than I expected, and I do not remember what I purchased it for. There's going to be something in here that I'm like, okay, this is what we got it for. Wow, a flagellation strap! Holy crap. Oh, the forbidden book! Volumes red, purple, fuchsia, and blue-ish. A giant clock face 4x1. Okay. Yeah, and this is also part of the... It's never going to be perfect. It's not an exact science. I mean, I'm putting all these in right now, and I'm like, oh, cool, I have this, and I have this, and I have this. But who knows when I'm next going to come back to this page, and then when I come back to it, I'm going to look at this and be like, what is this? It's a giant gear? I mean, yeah, you zoom in, eventually you can probably tell, like, yeah, this is a clock. You can see the hands and what have you, but a lot of these things may not be as easily identifiable on future visits. But you want to have them here anyway. Ooh, the Gothic armchair. In a variety of colors. Dibs on purple. Let me have some carpets. Okay. That's going to take up a fair amount of space. So maybe you start the next. Maybe. Yeah, I think we can keep the pattern between sections here a little better. Going this route. Okay, so now, yeah, carpet on down here. High back chairs. I dig it. Yeah, definitely would have to be on Saturday at some point there, Diego. Let's get these in a row. We already did the couches. Oh shit, not these two. These two high backs. Gothic king bed. Don't mind if I do. And a vanity. Gothic mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the most goth of them all? A grand orrery arm. I mean, somebody get the stick. There's the occasional asset that I won't even bother to drag onto here, and something like this, it's just like, yeah, what's the point? A gear cap. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Oh, shit. That's pretty solid. I dig that. A grandfather clock. Hand crank. Hourglass. I guess we could. Yeah, that'll probably help these be a little more identifiable. Ah, some Nag Champa. Very nice. Ivory tusks. Alright. And I think that'll do it for that section. Alright. To finish off this page, I definitely have more than my fair share of crystals between the different asset packs. Plenty of crystals. Some maps that are actually crystals built into them. A machine! Machine 2. Ah, the magic cloak. Magic lamp, and a bunch of wands. Gift of Gabby, pleasure to see you there. I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself? Thank you for joining us here on this fine Saturday. So many wands to sort through. That one just looks like a bat. Oh, the 10-minute delay after the follow before chat. I forget that that's even a setting here sometimes. Apologies for that. Just saw the best insult. Oh yeah, the bot protection for sure. Hopefully I'm not about to be insulted with the best insult ever here though. I feel like I just walked into it. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Metal crate, huh? Microscopy. Also a little large for its space there. Time for another gardening break here though, so I will jump off camera for a half second here and be with you shortly. You didn't live up to the potential Mr. Rogers saw in you. I mean, I would not want to be hit with that in the crux of an emotional disagreement. No lie. Oh, what else do we have here? Mounted base, huh? Oh boy, mounted crystals. So much to do. Orange, purple. Oh, hell yeah. I got a Hannibal Lecter mask. That is fantastic. An operation chair. Oh gosh. In case you ever have need of a dentist encounter at the tabletop, I suppose. Patterned code, portal of sending, another portal. More portals. And that's how we're going to wrap up this page. Is with a bunch of portals. So now we jump to the next one. And more portals. Bob Ross wouldn't even say you're a happy little accent. Oh, fuck. Oh, man. That's what these are. I generally prefer my potions lying on the side because, I don't know, I feel like you see something like this, you might think it's a button. 5, 9. Yeah, the torture chair for the tattoo stylist there, yeah. Could also be a good old-fashioned mimic. Wow, they really went all out with their potion varieties here. And then they gave you a potion rack. Nice! Seems like that should be like that, yeah. Scrolls for prayer. Yeah, this is definitely one that I will probably move up towards the top of the assets list here. Just that'll probably be my way of noting what's more important and what I might have more use of, what has more options inside of it. Whoa, those are some giant scissors. Twice as long as a man. Scroll box. Oh boy, I want to play Star Wars so much. Oh, look at that. We got ourselves oh man, what the hell are those things called? Brain Devourers? At the beginning of Baldur's Gate 3, you run into one of those. You can have it as a pet temporarily. In case you didn't get enough specimens before, we've got now a variety of organs and what have you. That's fun. Wowie, wowie, wowie. Check out the big brain on bread. Some trilobites here. What the fuck is that? Is that like a giant hand, or is that a boule? Can't really tell. That's definitely a mummy. And that's definitely a xenomorph. That's just too fucking cool. I don't know, maybe they didn't want a copyright infringement because the teeth don't line up, but the rest of it certainly does. And we got Squidward. This thing. Everybody likes a nice butterfly collection. I prefer them living, but that's just me. Go back to that butterfly sanctuary they got out here. It's pretty cool. Whew. Wowie, wowie, so many specimen jars. At least we're up to the S's though. That's a good sign that we're nearing the end of this pack. It's like the same specimens over and over, just in different storage devices. Gotta like variety, though. That brain got smaller once it got shoved inside of that thing, though. Maybe missed it before. Why am I putting them on pages? Primarily just so I have them all in a more easily navigatable format. Because the way they're arranged in here is, if I need something on the spot, it's not as easy to get at. And up until I did that search a little while ago, the keywords were not always matching up as well. Like if I wanted to search up a pit, sometimes these would not come up in the search result for whatever reason. Crazy pits. And then also, not just for myself, but for J-Man and any other potential future guest DMs here at Roleplaying Unlimited, I can simply add them to this page, and then they can look through everything and use our assets as well without having to purchase their own. There's those wheelchairs. There's the wizard's hat and the wizard's pipe. Or is it the wizard's saxophone? Based on the size of it, I think it could be the wizard's saxophone. Lisa, stop playing that saxophone! We got staff. We got another staff. Oh, this one looks like Richter's staff right here. No! Another table. That looks about good right there. Start a new section up here. Maybe the last one. Oh, heck yeah. Look at that. Another pack complete. Another pair of scissors and 4 different syringes. And we will call it on that one. Beautiful. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 that we've gotten through here. My initial objective was to do 10 of them at a time, but I'm starting to think 5 might be more manageable. Flooded mines. Okay. I think I remember. Yeah. I do remember this one. And it's possible... Man, what game would it be under? We used it, I built it, I dynamically lit the whole thing, populated it and everything. But it's been a number of years, so it's possible that the dynamic lighting did not keep. It's definitely going to be before all of Coalescence. Descent, Agent Orange, Cross the Pecos. No. Is he? Huh. Interesting. Vecna, yes. Gotta restore that and look back into that. Sent into Avernus. Gears, Griff's guns. It might be this one. There was an error retrieving your game from cold storage. I don't like that. Restore my game. Especially considering this was the last full Animeer game that I ever ran. There we go. Just had to circumvent their little error message there. Hey, what happened to my camera? There we go. Okay. Whew, boy. This was the first map that I built on Incarnate. Had a lot of fun on this map here. Proper steampunk, Wild West, industrial oil age campaign in a monk and scion themed region. So all of a sudden all this industry comes in to what was formerly a pretty simple land, and all of a sudden you've got all of these dwarves and these outlanders and natives alike, all of them battling for these new resources. We got diamonds, we've got all sorts of oil fields right here in the central region. Yeah, we played a fair bit at each of these locations. But the mines, that's what I'm here for. No way. Oh, okay, yeah, we did did I? Yeah, we played through this. Obviously. I don't know why the lighting is all fucked up by one space. Whatever. Ultra prison. Yeah, none of this looks familiar. Orc Stronghold, I do remember that. Archived, maybe? Flooded Mines. I think that's what it was. Yes, this is it. Is the lighting still there? Yes, it is! Oh, that's beautiful. Wow, that is fan-friggin-tastic. Yeah, because I definitely put some work into lighting this. That is some pretty precise lighting effects right there, if I do say so myself. So yes, let's just transmogrify this over to the maps and tokens. Flooded Mines page. Voila. So much simpler. Every so often I might get lucky on some of these imports. Instead of having to do it all manually, I may have already done it before, and it might just work. Flooded mines. Little pig, let me in. Okay. Yeah, this thing was positively stupid with undead. Depopulate all of that. Wonderful. And let's flooded mines lit. Since most of these maps are not, I need to distinguish that for show. But then there are still the other mines, which I will bring in, but I think there may be a shortcut for those also. Okay, yeah, flooded mines. Get that in there. Add a page. Okay, so yeah. Northwest. Guess I'll have to do that manual. And then northeast. La 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 la. Connect the dots. Okay. Where are you at? There we go. And southwest. Beautiful. And I think that if in a pinch, these map pieces can just be copy pasted right over this, and the same lighting should work unless there are like radically different sections of wall. And even in that case, because I did the walls in a different color and it's not all attached as one consistent piece of dynamic lighting, those pieces could be removed, repurposed, redone, etc. So yeah, I think the flooded mines is a nice little gold mine here. Oops, not flooded, but dark mines is this one. And then up next we have another 50-50. We have empty mines. Okay. Beautiful. Next would be flooded and flooded darker. I feel like these are the darker mines. Correct. Okay, so... Or is it? Yeah, toads. Okay. Dark flooded mines. As opposed to just flooded mines. 50-50 again. And I think... Damn, there's no copy. Wasn't there? Yeah, duplicate. There we go. Save me a little typing there. Of course, now that I do, I don't need to... I don't need the extra pages. Womp womp. And this is going to be repurposed to the assets page. Okay, so flooded northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. Fantastic. Alright. Oh, actually, no, I do. Just mines. Perfect. Okay. Wow, we're already 2.5 hours into this. Goodness. Wow, it's already almost noon. Holy crap. Man, this day is going. I think I may call it here with the flooded mines and switch over to a gaming stream here thereafter. Definitely feel like I've gotten some bit accomplished here. Lots and lots of stuff for this one. Pretty nice. Always like when they give you all these nice extras here. Nice way to spruce up your encounters. I like their definitions here, just trashy dressing. Number 9. 10, 11, and 12. Okay, clusters. Weird. It's like it's out of scale. This, I don't know, I think that's probably, unless, that's probably it, yeah. Okay, over to the next cluster. Miscellany. Sometimes I think the map does like a default of 3x3 spaces even if it's not supposed to be. But then if it is supposed to be a larger map, it will auto-acclimate to that. It's kind of weird. some of these may need to be rescaled. I don't know. I mean, that is a giant fucking shovel. If that's a 3x3. Maybe it's a giant's mining camp. Oops. And then rocks. Are the rocks also giant? Yeah, they are. Need to do a little spillover to accommodate everything here, I think. Alright, we need room for 3 more. It's like over here. 1, 2. Beautiful. Alright. That is a solid bit of addition to the organizational track here, and we still have so much more to do. White Dragon Lair will be up next. Next time I come around to this one seems pretty simple, just the same map in multiple different variations. Kind of a small layer too, unless it's like 50 by 50 maybe? Okay, 44-34, that's pretty decent. And then yeah, we've got some plenty more of these to come. I don't know just how often we'll be streaming them, but it is a project that needs tending, and all of these need to be placed in for organizational optimization. So that will close that. I'm going to close us out right here. Oh, it didn't do the usual thing here. Bear with me on that. Holy crap, he's giant! There we go. Beautiful. Alright. So we are going to close out this stream right here for now. We will be back here pretty shortly with Star Wars Outlaws. Do some video gaming over the course of today. So thank you for joining us for this organizational edition here. Appreciate you for that that follow and for hanging out there. Gift of Gabby. We will catch you next time around for D&D. Will be tomorrow morning. But again, Star Wars Outlaws here within the next hour or so. Could be as soon as 5 minutes. Could be a full hour out. Well, we'll catch you then, friends. Thank you so much, and have a good one.